Hello and welcome back. Now that we've created a very simple job and looked at the job page in detail and the different configurations available there, let's take it to the next step. In this video, we will do three things. First, we will create a simple job that will compile a Java program and run it for us. Then, we will see how to change jobs in Jenkins so that the completion of one job invokes another. And finally, we will see how to invoke a Jenkins job from outside Jenkins. So let's get started. Here I am in my Jenkins dashboard. The first thing that we will try and do is to compile a simple Java program, right? So for that, the first thing that we need is a Java program. So here I have a simple Java program which does nothing but print out a message which reads, "Hello world and welcome to Jenkins training." So how do we compile this Java program? For that, let's open up command prompt here. The first thing that we need to do is navigate to the file location, right? This file is currently present under F:/Jenkins training simple Java program folder. Inside that we have the hello world.java. So first thing that we need to do is navigate to this path, right? So for that, let's go back to the command prompt here. Let's go to F drive and then say cd space. There you go. Now we are in the path where the Java program is present. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is compile the Java program. For that, we need to execute the command called java c and then followed by the file name, which is hello world.java, right? And hit enter. Now this should compile the Java program and it should give us the .class file. There you go, right? Now, the second step is to run the program, which is done by using the command java and hello world, right? And hit enter and there you go. The output, hello world and welcome to Jenkins training, right? So now let's go back to Jenkins and put this in a job. Let's reuse the job from the last video, the hello world job. Let's configure this job to run the Java program for us. Let's go down here to the build. So the first thing that we need to do is navigate to the folder, which is done by the command cd followed by this path here, right? So once we are inside this, then we need java c and hello world.java, and finally we have to run the command java hello world, right? That looks just about right. Let's go ahead and click on apply and save. Right? Now let's try and build this job, right? Let's click on the build now button here. There you go. The build has completed successfully. Let's go and check out the console output of this job run. There you go. There's the output of the Java program, right? Hello world and welcome to Jenkins training. And it finished with a success. So that's how we write a job to compile and run a Java program. Okay, great. Now let's do one more thing. Okay, let's try and invoke this from outside of Jenkins, right? So we've clicked on the build now button to invoke this job. Let us now try and invoke this job from outside Jenkins. For that, let's first go to configure option here. And if you come down to build triggers, you should see an option called trigger builds remotely, right? Let's check that. And this is how we can trigger this job from outside Jenkins, right? But for that, we need a token name. right? So we have to provide an authentication token here. Let's provide a complex string here. Let's just typing out a few things on my keyboard. Let me just copy this and paste it on a notepad so that we can use that for invoking this job, right? Okay, great. Let's go back to Jenkins here. Let me also copy this URL that we need and paste it right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and apply and save. Okay, now let's go back to our notepad here. Jenkins underscore URL has to be replaced with the URL that we are using for Jenkins. In our case, it's localhost 8080. And then we have to replace token underscore name with the authentication token that we just updated in Jenkins. So let me take this off and paste this one right here. So this is the URL that we have to use for invoking this job from outside Jenkins. So let me just copy this URL and then go back, right? So let me go back to the dashboard here. So the job hello world, we have built it 17 times. Let me try and invoke this from outside. Let me copy or let me paste this URL that we just copied from the notepad and hit enter. Okay, there you go, it's invoked. Let's come down here. Initially we had 17 runs of this build. Here you go, hello world is now in the build queue. It has completed the run. Let me just refresh this. There you go. There are 18 builds now and this was 10 seconds ago, right? Let's just go inside the job detail page here. There you go, 18th build at 4:09. Let's click on that just to verify the output as well, right? Perfect. Hello world and welcome to Jenkins training. This is perfect. So that's how you invoke a job from outside of Jenkins, right? Now let's see what happens if we kind of mess up with the token here, right? So let me take off a couple from the end and then hit on enter again. There you go. It says access denied. So you're not able to invoke that job unless you give the right token there. Let's now move on to the final part of this video where we'll be displaying job chaining. For that, let us go ahead and create 3 jobs first. Let's call them job 1. Let it be a freestyle. Click on OK. I'm not going to configure anything, so let's click on save here. Let me create the other 2 jobs. Again, click on new item. Say job 2, freestyle project. Okay. Click on save again. Let's go back to the Jenkins dashboard here and create the last and final job, which is going to be job 3, freestyle again. Click on OK. Not going to configure this as well. Click on save. Right. So if you go back to the dashboard here, we now have 3 jobs, job 1, job 2 and job 3. What we're going to try and do here is we're going to invoke job 1 and that should in turn invoke job 2 and completion of job 2 should invoke job 3. Right. So let's go into job 1 here and try and configure that. Let's go to the post build action section. Here, let us add a new post build action and that is going to be build other projects. So we are in job 1 and we are going to say after job 1 is built, let us invoke another job which is going to be job 2. Right? So we can give multiple jobs here as well. comma separated, but for now we're just going to invoke job 2 alone. And then you can also mention some other conditions, right? You can trigger this job only if the build is stable, or even if the build is unstable, or even if the build fails. For now, let us just have the default option, which is trigger if the build is stable. Okay, let's click on save. Let's go back to the Jenkins dashboard. Now let's go back to job 3, right? Let's go and configure job 3. And this time, let's use the build triggers option, right? Here we're going to use build after other projects are built option. So let's select this. And here we want job 3 to be invoked after completion of job 2, right? So let's write that down here. Again, you have all these 3 options here. You're just going to leave the default, trigger only if the build is stable. And then we're going to click on apply and save, right? So what we've done is we have chained jobs 1, 2 and 3 in such a way that completion of job 1 will trigger job 2, and similarly completion of job 2 will trigger job 3, right? So let's go ahead and click job 1 here to see if job 2 and 3 are also getting invoked, right? To start off with, all of these 3 are in gray, and if you see here, last success of all 3 jobs is NA, right? So let's go ahead and click or invoke job 1 by clicking this icon here. Click that. So if I actually see here, job 2 is now in the build queue. Let me refresh the page. Job 1 and 2 are completed. Job 3 is in the build queue now. That is gone from the build queue. And there you go. So jobs 1, 2 and 3 are now executed one after the other. But we invoked only job 1. Job 2 and 3 got triggered automatically. So that's how job chaining works in Jenkins. Okay, great. I believe the last 2 videos should have given you enough information about the basics of Jenkins jobs. We will of course do much more with Jenkins jobs over the next few videos and learn more advanced concepts. Until then, take care and happy learning. I will see you in the next video.